Hello, everyone. Thank you for giving some of your time to here to our project. This is very important for us. It's your most limited asset, and I will try to give you some inspiration on what we did a couple of years ago. So I want to thank you, Fintech America, everyone who trusted us for giving us this space. My mom, who is filming me, she came all the way. Our colleagues and my friends who are here. So first, I'm going to tell you what happened in our minds in order to do this project, which then I will tell you what it is about. So the first thing it came to our mind is that today, agile companies are winning. But why? Because before, they thought that big companies would kill small companies. So you got to be big. You got to buy, and buy. Then it was said that, no, you got to be small, niche, and you got to eat the big. And then it changed, and today it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is being agile. And this is what's changing. So banks, are they agile? No. This is the first problem we found. The second thing is, are banks investing in knowledge? So we heard Benjamin Franklin say, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. So we said, how much does the banks invest in R&D comparing to fintechs or comparing to Amazon? So then the wealthiest man in the world, $70 billion guy, says banking is necessary, banks are not. So we are not necessary. This guy, who's most of the business guy wise, says we are not necessary. And the guy is going through the world helping poor people and says we are not necessary. So we got a problem, a big problem, and we are small. Argentina, just think of this. Argentina has 20% interest rates in US dollars. 20. And you got 24 if you go to sub-sovereign. Interest rate in peso by central bank, free of risk, is 70%. Inflation is 40%. So if you gotta do a digital transformation and nothing is happening around, just imagine if you are like in a tsunami, but a continuous tsunami. So we said, this guy says we are not necessary. Tsunami is all around us, so what do we do? So we started to move and think, what are we gonna do? So there's a guy who passed away, parachuting trip, called Alejandro Estrada, who is an ex-banker, and he transformed into a fintech serial entrepreneur, and he's made a company, Dinero Mail, and he sold it to PayU. So he started, we gotta do, if we wanna collaborate, we have to start collaborating with the others, not that they do it with us. So we said, big banks are eating everyone. Santander is 100 billion, HSBC, Citibank 150. Everyone is in Argentina, so what do we do? So we said, we are too small. We don't have the money, we don't have the power to change and defeat them. So what do we do? So let's get together, and together, all the banks, we're gonna start investing in fintech, and together we can compete and learn. So, okay, but if the banks cannot collaborate internally, and you know what I'm talking about, imagine if you wanna collaborate between banks. It's like crazy. I like to have crazy ideas, but this was like defying status quo. So we started to talk with the other banks, and they liked the idea. So one bank tells me, but how much do I have to invest? And I said, how much do you invest in paper? Paper, toilet paper, toners, how much do you spend? $500,000. Okay, fine. This is all I have to invest? Yes. This is how it works. Before banks, when we did a project, it was like 2 years to see if it worked. Let's start small and do and see if it works. So I thank the Superville family from Banco Superville, which is in the stock exchange, Brito from family Brito from Banco Macro, the Piano family from Banco Piano, BCT family Peralta, Goiti and Bresani family, also Juan Napoli from Banco de Valores, and Banco San Juan of the Eskenazi family, and we got together, and we started, we said we're gonna collaborate, and we said, okay, but how do we do it? We don't have teams. And I said, we're going to do it. We said with Alejandro, we are going to do it startup style. No office, no phone, no cards, nothing. We get in Wix.com, and you do the web page. Everything is ad honorem. If they take money just to pay expenditures, so you don't pay to go to work, and there's nothing. Startup style, not banking style. Banking, first we do the building, marketing, and then we think if the client is going to consume or not. So we're going to do low cost. So we said, okay, how do we invest? We seeked NXTP. We met Marta Cruz, and we said, well, let's partner. You do all the investing, the research. You bring, we decide. Okay, so we did a great team, and they helped us. They have the great experience in accelerating companies, and we started to find a good team. So what's the mission? Our purpose is to collaborate between banks and fintech, something that 5 years ago was like a crazy thing. But why? Ma perché? This guy from... So why? Why do we do it? So I recommend Simon Sinek. Steve Jobs used to recommend his book. If you go to Apple, they recommend his book. So he says why. And this is the main reason about that. What later we say, why? 3 things taught me Mariano Belinki from Santander InnoVentures. Santander InnoVentures is the investment of like fintech from Santander. So they have lots of money, and they are scared. But they are scared of Amazon. They are big time. So it's like a $100 billion bank. So he told me, we got 3 things to do. What do value startups give to banks? Easy. What do banks give as a value added to startups? We have to give them something. We are here, we are big, we got lots of customers. What can we teach them? And the third is what can we learn from startups? So what we see? Banks are not learning at the pace that has to be done. Banks are not learning. So we went, we invested, we partnered, and what did we get to? Wow, yeah, big job. Big job. What we did? What? Culture, it's strategy for breakthrough. Peter Drucker said like 1980s. So we started to find out, and we see PayPal today is a $128 billion company. This is volatility, plus minus 2 billion. And Citibank is a $148 billion company, a 200-year-old bank. I respect them both. But if you have to buy a stock for your kids, which one would you buy? People laughing. So it's a serious question. It's a serious question. Which stock would you buy? So we started to see that the problem is the culture. It's not the banks. Banking is necessary. It will be necessary. It's not the bank. We are thinking about the banks. So we are not thinking right. So which was the main problem of the culture inside the banks? Ego. Everyone is the most important. We like to say in Argentina, everyone is like Jamie Dimon in HSBC. Everyone. Go to the teller, big guy. So we started to see we have a problem. We think we're very important. Perhaps we are, but... So when you go to a meeting, is the board members taking the right decisions? Can you talk in meetings? Does the management meetings, are they good? So we started to analyze how it worked. And we found a Harvard issue that they studied leadership between GE and Google. In GE, big time, we went to school, everyone studied. GE was like the best university. And there was one guy and a team. And in Google, there's no egos. There's lots of people working together and collaborating. There's no, like, you go to talk to these guys, they go, no Rolex, no big cars, they're low-key. So we said culture is the issue. And what happens if we don't change? We have to change. We change ourselves. We got to change how we go to work. We got to change how we see. We got to change everything. It's not just a digital transformation. That's the nice marketing. So what did we find out? I went to my mom to Google. And when we came, we said, okay, we change or we die. Banks are not necessary. So scare and being aware, it's a big mover. Or you get freezed and you're out, or you start to move. So we continue that the objective of our fintech is to learn. If you want to change, you have to learn. And what did we learn? That Jeff Bezos says two things that are very important for me if I could leave you something, I would like to leave you these two things. The first thing, he says, there are two types of emotions when you go to work. Day one and day two. What is day one? Day one is when you start something new. You go with your friend, your pal, you go to work, you're motivated, you want to do. If you have a problem, you want to solve it, and you move. That's day one. What's day two? When you go to a meeting and everyone is like, mess, no one is listening, demotivated. They don't want to be there. They are like a ghost. They're there, but they are not there. The mind is not there. So Jeff Bezos says, if your company, every meeting, every moment is not day one, you're dead. It's only a question of time. So when they ask him, what do you think about Bill Gates' phrase? He said, depends on the emotions of the people. It's day one or day two? You tell me which club are you. And then it's just a matter of time. Oh, I liked it. So we went to meetings, and we started to say, day one, day two. And that's a nice KPI to watch. The second type thing, he says, there's two types of decision-making, type 1 and type 2. Type 1 are decisions you cannot go back. You open the door, you cannot close it. What's an example? You buy a company, the bank buys a stockbroker or a fintech company, you cannot go back. You bought it, you put the money, you're in it. You gotta take out, you merge, or whatever you do. And the second type of decision is when you can close the door. You open, you can close. You're gonna launch a new product, okay, it went bad. We close it. So what is the lesson we learn? When you take a decision, you have to see if it's type 1 or type 2. And depending on the type, who takes it? And what did we find out? That in banks, every decision is taken as type 1. You're going to take out a product? 2 years. We got to see every risk and everything before taking the decision. There's a little risk here. So it's like if we never could close the door. So that's the problem in banks. Everything is too complicated, and people are not learning, we are not learning enough in order to take decisions as type 2. You make a mistake, you do it again. You make a mistake, you do it again. So change or die is not about the companies. It's about us. It's about our future of keeping in the game. So let's trust Bill Gates and change. There's no other way. So thank you very much. I hope I can inspire you a little bit, and thank you for listening.